Hello, my name is Apurva Raje, and this is my reflection on adjusting to college life. So, I'm supposed to be explaining how I feel about the experiences that I'm going through, how I feel I should be accepted. And my belief is that in college, the experiences and the freedom that we're given as students changes how we think about ourselves. So, for me, I personally believe that getting to know new people is kind of a struggle for me. Back in high school, I used to be an introvert and to people that didn't know me. And now that I'm in college, I realize that maybe I should be more open to knowing more people. And I feel that's a case for a lot of students because they have their own friend groups back home, but when they come to college, they realize, okay, there are people here that I have never met and I would like to meet them. I would like to be friends with them. But that means I would have to open myself up. Same thing goes for professors. Students feel that, okay, I can't really get to know my professor that well because there are so many people in my lecture hall. There's too many people for her to remember. Well, they can they won't be able to know their professor personally, but at least they'd be able to have a conversation with their professor. They'd be able to talk to their professor, be open with them, ask them any questions. And then in another experience of mine, getting to know my lab group for both chemistry and for biology. By that point, I had known a couple people in my class. By that time, I was more comfortable with them. So I feel that in order to ultimately feel accepted, students would have to open themselves up to knowing and wanting to get to know more people. This could mean that they could have to change their personality a little bit, maybe be more be more open to getting to know new people. This is all expecting on how the student feels that okay, this is what I need to do to be more friendly, to be more open, to know more people. The other part is what my experiences are. Well, I've just explained how in lab groups and in my chem group, um, this is what I did. I got to know more people beforehand, henceforth I could pick the people that I wanted in my lab group. If I could advise anything to an incoming freshman at all, I would tell them not to be afraid to try new things, not to be afraid to realize you won't be accepted in every group. Because this has happened to me before where I thought I was friends with some people that I thought I was accepted at one point, but then I realized maybe they're not exactly the people that I could be friends with. I'm still friends with them, but I'm not as close with them as I am with my other groups of friends. So, any advice? Don't be afraid. Exploring the city, getting to know new people, talking to your professors, to your advisors, trying new foods. It's all part of the college experience. It's all part of how we spend the next 4 or 5 years in this university. It's how we feel we need to choose to live our lives in this university. Obviously, they should expect a ton of work. It is a university, but they shouldn't feel that they need to be focusing on just work. Having fun, having friends, that's all part of this entire experience. They should all learn how to balance everything out. And this is what I did to balance out my college life, the strategies to adjusting to life here at Drexel. I kept a timetable. I have a timetable for after I finish my classes, I will come and I will do my work, I will study, I will do homework, I will do essays, I will finish projects within the 4 to 5 hour time slot that I give myself. Although I have to do that perfectly, I have to do it diligently. So I give myself 4 to 5 hours to study, to do my work, to finish anything school related. This also includes talking to professors, talking to my advisor, talking to any study groups that I may have. The study groups can also work at night for me. But then I have to remember to keep time for my friends because I don't want to be a complete introvert. I don't want to completely block myself off of everything off the face of the planet because I need to study. I keep my studying at one point and then after I'm done studying, or if I want to take a break, I will go meet up with a friend and I will maybe talk to them, go get food to eat. Maybe if I have to, would go to Center City to travel a little bit. So it all depends on how I decided that okay, I need to be able to do this, but I also need to be able to do that. I need to be able to study. I need to be able to be a diligent student, but I also need to be able to be a good friend. I need to be able to be there for my friends. I personally believe that this whole college experience is depending on how the student themselves is, their personality, their thinking, their way of life before college, all will all come here with them, and they will have to work with it, they'll have to deal with it, they'll have to figure out things, how to fix things, how to make things more or less towards their setting, but eventually they will figure out how to adjust to it. The first term is obviously hard for any student, but once that term is finished, they will realize that, okay, now that I know how to do this, I can improve on it. The first term is more about, okay, this is how I can do it, and this is how I can start it, this is how I can try it. So this was my reflection. This was my personal opinion on adjusting to college life. And I hope that you as a student also figure out how to adjust to student life. It will take a while, I promise. I'm still learning about it, but once you get used to it, it will all make sense in the end. So this is Apurva Raje signing off.